YouTube, what's going on? You got Professor Smil gonna be back, baby. All right, so let's get into my story, man. 2013, the journey to Professor Smil. I'm gonna try to do 13 and 14 today. All right, so in 2013, I had just got, that was right after the winter time, right? Now I was already in the Russell Bazaar, so I was there all the way up until just about February, right? And it was just going too slow, man. I'm talking about the Russell Bazaar at that moment. This was like the down point, man, of the Russell Bazaar. Back in the day, the Russell Bazaar used to, have nice traffic, man, but there wasn't a lot of traffic, man. So as a result of that, I wasn't able to make a lot of money. So I stopped going to the Russell Bazaar, and I had started back cleaning windows. I never stopped cleaning windows, but I would do it when I knew that the oils was not doing well. So I walked around Hamtramck cleaning oil. This was in the wintertime. It's cold outside, okay? Snow all on the ground, and so I had really nice warm boots, gloves on, and I had a bucket full of hot water with soap in it, right? And I had the antifreeze, and I would walk. I didn't have a vehicle at the moment. Walk around Hamtramck, and I would wash the windows, right? Clean the windows, because I had like 40 accounts in Hamtramck, cleaning windows. From the summertime. Actually, no, from 2008 when I first moved to Hamtramck. So I would clean those windows. The antifreeze is to keep the water from not freezing. So I would do that, clean the windows and things like that, and I was determined, man, to pay my bills and, do what I had to do, man, to take care of my family, right? I wasn't looking for no excuses. How cold it was. I wasn't looking for that, man. It needed to be done, and I had to do it. My family is counting on me to do it. So by any means necessary that is legal, I have to get it done. So I had to get it done. So what I did was, I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna tell you another story. One time I was coming from the Russell Bazaar. I was walking from around there because it was snow time. It was a lot of snow outside, and there was a guy running from he was running from the police, right? And then this guy had a lot of weed on him. So back in the day, in 2000, how's it going, fam? All right. In 2000 and, let me see. When I was like 15, 16 years old, that's when I was introduced to marijuana. I didn't smoke no weed before that. When I got introduced to marijuana, I actually loved it. I used to love to get high, you know what I mean? I used to love to get high because it made me play basketball better. So what happened was, good morning. So what happened was, the guy, he was running, right? He was running from the police, right? And he was throwing all of the weed that he had, throwing it on the ground. So as I'm walking from the Russell Bazaar, I didn't see that happen, but I was told afterwards. So I'm walking up the street, and as I'm walking, there's a guy in front of me walking, and he's picking up, I was like, what's this guy picking up? And he's picking up marijuana. And so as I'm walking past, I'm seeing it, and I'm looking at it, good greens. It was good greens, you know what I mean? Red hairs in it, all that. How's it going this morning? So I was tempted. All I did was, I'm gonna be honest with you. I picked it up and I looked at it. That's all I did. Then I threw it back on the ground. You know what I'm saying? I used to love to smoke weed. So at that moment, Allah tested me. Allah tested me because no one was there. Nobody saw that except me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, except Allah. Allah knew what happened. I knew what happened. Okay? I could have easily got high on it. You see what I'm saying? But I didn't. I said, you know what? Allah sees me and Allah knows what I'm doing. This is what sincerity is. When you do something that you're supposed to do, ain't nobody around. Nobody have to be there to watch you. You're doing it all on your own because you know that Allah's watching. You follow me? Okay, now, with that being said, I didn't do it, man. I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I put it down and you know what I'm saying? I pat on the back for that, man. It's been a whole 12 years, man. No trees, man. No 13 years. No marijuana, no greens, okay? So anyway, back to the story. So some things happened. We had to leave that place, right? So we left that place, found another place in Hamtramck. What's up, family? You're right. So there's another place in Hamtramck on Hanley, right? Spacious place. I put a security deposit down. I moved in there. So, have a good day, man. So I moved in there, and then I developed it's like a little group of guys. Good morning, Carmen. I developed this group of guys, because I used to play basketball. So I have, since I used to play basketball, people would look at me as a coach, or, a basketball ball handling trainer specifically, right? Teach you how to handle the rock, how to have the handles. So it was at a Keyworth basketball court. Every morning I would, have like 15 Yemeni brothers, and I would teach them how to handle the ball correctly, and how to be a proficient point guard, and how to dribble, right? And how to, why being a point guard is actually so important on the court. It is actually, to me, the most important position on the court, right? Because you have to see everything. You have to see everything, right? Now, so with that being said, I did it for a month, and I stayed in that place in a month. Had some run-ins with the landlord. The landlord, he was off it, man. So we moved from there. We moved on Gallagher. Still in Hamtramck. And when we stayed there for like probably a year. So when we was over there, this is going to be the start. It was the blessing. I got a blessing, but right after that, it was rock bottom for me. I'm going to tell you what happened. When I moved in there, came across a good brother. I know this brother don't want me to say his name, but the brother, he was really there for me, man. So the brother's Hafiz Quran. The brother memorized the whole Quran from memory. African-American brother, young brother too. But anyway, I had got blessed with a car, man. I had got blessed with a really, really nice car. A nice car. A 2007 Toyota Camry. Okay? So, after I had this car, man, the best car I ever had in my life, man. This is my second car. The first car I had was a 2000 Honda Accord, 4-door Civic. Okay, and the very second car that I had was actually this one, was a Toyota Camry. Which was a Toyota Camry, okay? Had like 71,000 miles, all pretty much brand new, man. This was really a blessing, man. So I was like, wow, I get to have my family in the car. I can take my family, places. Man, it felt good. So, driving the car, but still got to pay bills. So what I did was, I would drive the car and sell my oils, but I would drive around the city, right? Park the car, drive around the city, park the car, walk around, sell oils, get back in the car. At that time, this was 2013. 2013, I came up with a Pacific mix that is called So Fly. And So Fly, I'm going to bring this out. Probably it's going to be in the blend series. All right. I'm going to put this in the blend series as well, in probably like the 6th video, okay? It's called So Fly. That was my top seller that whole summer, man. I'm talking about, I got so many calls off So Fly. I got so many calls off of So Fly, man. Very nice, masculine. Oh, man. And I would put it on myself, and it would stay on me all day, man. So anyway, what happened was, so I would drive around the city. Good morning, sir. All right. Yes, sir. So I would drive around the city, and I would sell my oils, and So Fly would be my top seller. So I'm going to tell you something that happened. I would make enough to pay my bills, but I didn't make enough. And also, I would clean the windows too, because I would have my bucket in the car with me, and I would clean windows as well. But I noticed that I wasn't making enough to actually pay the insurance. I was making enough to pay the bills, making enough to pay the bills, but I wasn't making enough to, actually two things. I was only making enough to pay my bills, but I didn't have enough, how's it going? Right. To restock the product and to pay the car insurance, right? Because it was a nice car. So I was like, dang, man, like, what I'm gonna do? So I did the unthinkable, man, and I sold that car. I sold that car for like almost close to $4,000. That car is worth $10,000, man, easy. Car was brand new. It was pretty much brand new, man. Everybody was like, man, where'd you get that from? So I sold the car for $4,000. You know what I mean? So when I sold that car, man, I really hate that I sold that car, man. I sold that car for $4,000. So when I sold that car, what I did was I took the money and I paid for my bills, right, for like 3 months. And then I had bought some more oils. I bought a lot of oils wholesale, but the thing is, I'm gonna tell you, this is my problem that I found out that I was doing, and actually a brother actually spoke about this to me. I will always buy the ounce bottles wholesale. Ounce bottles wholesale, you can't get the full profit. Ounce bottles, I was paying $4 for an ounce bottle. So you can't really get, in order for you to get the profit that you want, you need to pay the least amount possible. And the only way you're going to do that, how you guys doing this morning? All right. And the only way you're going to do that is, hey, how you doing this morning? And the only way you're going to do that is if you purchase it by the bulk, so you can pretty much get an ounce for $1, okay? So I didn't do that. So what happened was, you know, I really regretted that, man. So I sold the car. I was able to pay for my bills, right? I paid for, I sold the car and I bought a lesser model car. You know what I'm saying? I bought a car for like $1,000. I forgot what kind of car it was, man. It was also Toyota, okay? But it looked like a Cadillac, but it wasn't. So what I did was, I was like, dang, man, I was like, she about to ask me for Egyptian Mustang 3 watch. Eunice, what's going on? All right. So what out of the Egyptian Mustang 8 and 3 too. All right. So what happened was, I was like, dang, man, I was like, man, I was like, man, why I do that, man? I was like, why did I do that, man? But I felt like I was put in the position where I had to do it. So I bought a lesser model car, okay? And I bought some oils wholesale, right? Ounce bottles, whatever, shea butter, black soap, incense, all of that. And then I started to set up at the Eastern Market. The Eastern Market, which is over there in Russell, Gratiot and Russell. Set up over, it's a little bridge. Everybody know about the Russell Bazaar. How's it going? I mean, the Eastern Market. Everybody know about the Eastern Market. So I would walk around, you know what I'm saying? And not walk around, but I was on that bridge. On that bridge, it was traffic every single Saturday. I would go on that bridge. And, you know, I had a table in the back of the trunk. I would set up and I would sell my oils. And I would do pretty good. But the thing is, I'm not getting as much profit as I want because what? I'm buying the bottles by what? By the ounce size. So what happened was, driving this car for probably a month and a half, 2 months. I had a dream before this happened. I had a dream that the car broke down. Again, I ignored it, just like the previous dream I have about the previous car. How's it going, fam? And so I drove the car. The very next morning, I woke up. The car broke down. No, it was a week before. The very next week, the car broke down exactly in the same place. Same place as it was in the dream. Broke down right there. Took it back to the guy who sold me the car, and I said, listen, the car broke down, man. Give me another one. So he gave me another type of car. We switched it out, swapped it out. So we did it like that. And this time I had a Toyota, I had an Altima. A little small Altima. I think it was like a 2005. No, it's a 2002, something like that. So I had that. So what happened was I would use that. Still going to the Eastern Market, selling my oils. Brother named Riyadh from Body Essence, he told me, he said, listen, he said, I don't have a problem with brother selling oils. He's at the oil shop. He's been knowing about the oils for a while. Well, Riyadh is the one that actually came up with the scent that is called Black Woman. Right here in Detroit. He was the one who did it. So Riyadh, he said to me, he said, listen, I don't have a problem with the brother selling oils, but this is the problem that I have. The problem that I have is that when brothers, they don't want to take it to the next level, when they don't want to take it further. And I was like, wow, that's the answer to, remember that's the lady that laughed? The lady that laughed at me? That's one of the answers right there. That's the reason why she laughed. Because it's so well known with brothers in the oil game, they're not trying to take it to the next level. They just want to satisfy for walking around selling oils for the rest of their life. So I said, that's the reason why she laughed. So what I did was, after that happened, have a go. So after that happened, I was like, you know, I gotta find a way to take this oil game to the next level. What he said really just dawned on me. And I really had to find a way. I was like, I gotta find a way how to take this oil game to the next level. I gotta find a way. But I didn't know exactly how to do it at the moment. Okay? It's gonna be a part 2 to this, man, because it's 14 minutes and 23 seconds right now. So I'm gonna do a part two to this as well. So I didn't know exactly how to do it, man, but I'm like, wow, I'm scratching my brain like, yo, how can I take this oil game to the next level? After the conversation happened, they came to my plate. I was coaching basketball that winter. Now it's the winter time. Coaching basketball that winter, right for Frontier. I was assistant coach. After the season was over, I had got my little check, almost $2,000 check, whatever. I'm gonna do part two.